Hello. Hello, hello, everyone who's here. Um, Happy Friday night. Um, I am going to retweet something really quick, and then we will get started. Uh, Hopefully my volume sounds okay. So I was actually going to try and stream this the other day, and we had some microphone problems, so it did not pan out, unfortunately, but we're back. We're back with Disco Elysium. This is our second day of playing this. I played a little bit of it on Wednesday, which is when we started the game. And yeah, we're gonna do a little bit more today because I am having a lot of fun with it, and I think that I want to keep going. So, see. I'm gonna keep tabs on my volume here. So, one of the reasons that we had audio issues yesterday, and hopefully I sound better today, is that I have a new microphone, which is really exciting and hopefully contributes to a more pleasant experience at the moment. But that means that I don't totally have a grasp of what I sound like yet, but we'll go on. Let me know if I don't sound, if I sound too loud or too quiet. Yeah, so for anyone who's not here, on Wednesday, we are playing Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium is a CRPG, where we are playing this guy right here. He moves his head when I move my cursor. That's very funny. Seems like he's saying no. That's not me. Yes, it is. You only say no. This is us. We're a detective, and this is our partner, Kim Kitsuragi, who is great. I love his idle animation so much. His whole outfit is awesome. But yeah, we are here because we are trying to solve a murder. The murder of this gentleman right here. And yeah, so far, what we've done, we woke up, we came outside, we tried to look at this person, and then we threw up twice. And we threw up so badly, I guess, that we had to stop looking at him and go take a break. And so that is our kind of goal for today, is A, to look at this without throwing up, which hopefully is possible for us. And B, to try and progress the investigation kind of more broadly. And I think the first thing that I want to do, let's take a look at our journal here. So again, anyone who wasn't here, we have like this list of tasks we have to do. This is kind of the most pressing one, and it requires us to wait. So, like I explained last time, a lot of the sort of skills that you have in this game come from thoughts that you have. And we've gotten this thought from Kim when we tried to inspect the body and barfed. And we have to wait until we've kind of finished thinking about this until we will get whatever benefits it gives us. So we have to kind of wait on this one. And while we're waiting, we can do a couple of different things. So we found this kind of weird trash container on the side of this screen. And that was locked, so we can't get in there right now. So we can pursue that. We can also try and find our gun and our badge, which are both lost. But both of these things are going to be difficult, I think, at the moment. So I will put those off for now. We don't have any money, so we cannot pay the hotel manager for damages, unfortunately. Maybe someday. We tried this yesterday and it didn't get anywhere, so we'll keep trying. This we can do. So we are trying to find we're trying to get an understanding of who we are, because we are amnesiac. We are an amnesiac, excuse me. And we don't really have anyone to ask about it, so we are going to try and find a wealthy person to explain it to us. So we can do this. Again, we're waiting on this, and we're waiting on this. So I think that what I'm gonna do is, I think that let's try and progress that that finding out more about the world plot. The other thing that we can do is just kind of explore, right? Because we've gone up here. We've gone very briefly down over here. We haven't gone over here at all. So I think that's our next sort of immediate step. We do not have a bag yet.
This Post-Levantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. There is a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the Levantorie mail collection box. It sounds betrayed, in disbelief even. Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box.
He does not actually think it's cool. If anything, the lieutenant feels sorry for the poor box. He's leaning in to inspect the layers of graffito that deface it.
I don't. Let's go.
The mail collection box has no faith in your psychopathic manipulations.
So there's a reason that I just did that, and it may become clear later. I also realized I don't have any health items, so that's not awesome. That was a little bit short-sighted of me, but we'll see. Let's go talk to these guys down here. I don't know what they're doing. Who are you?
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hog René first.
I like his voice a lot.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Didn't I ask what game it is first?
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball. An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem?
I don't understand.
You vandalized our game, son! We can't play pétanque with 5 bull! No, you don't! Our pétanque game is ruined! We want our bull back!
Take
Whoops.
it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug! You owe us a goddamn bull!
Okay, I'll try.
Good. Mistakes are forgiven, when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely. In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
'Tis true, sire. He knows nothing.
You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Do you know what created it?
I do. Fire from heavy artillery.
Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
Why what? Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
We don't know this yet. Seems like there was some kind of a problem. He has a problem with these people. Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
They should have chosen a place away from people and buildings.
This place is a damn beachhead, son. They had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
So what this is telling us is that there was a... Apparently it seems like the communards were in power at one point, and then whoever it was that was coordinating this landing was trying to take it back. Seems like successfully, right? at the crater.
This here is blood ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
That way everything is so bombed out.
Damn right, son. They let the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Okay, this is a really good example of how this game uses politics, or how this game's political system works. So, broadly speaking, we have four different political ideologies in this world. So, René clearly represents one, and the communards represent another. So, this is kind of René's take on the situation. Yeah, this would be maybe a more fascist take on the situation. Coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. Oh no, okay, so this would probably be what René would agree with. This would be a more communist response, right? I'm happy that the socialists are in power because we want eventually the proletariat to rise up here, right? I don't want to say this one. I don't want to say this one. I also don't want to say this one, and I feel like number 5 is not going to get me anywhere, so let's just make him angry.
Preposterous! Surely you don't mean it. I'm just sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those commie hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking my piss in the mountains.
That seems like something you shouldn't do.
I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
What is a suzerain?
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already.
So he's a royalist, or maybe a monarchist is a better way of saying that.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
I doubt that I'll pass this, and it may be worth coming back later and trying it again. Because this is not crucial to do right now, but I am interested in this. Let's wait. Maybe if we can get that back, we can... Okay, should we solve the problem we've just created? Due to some confusion over the game René and Gaston are playing, you threw one of their pétanque boules far into the sea. The shot was excellent, but now you owe them a boule, or at least a similar looking metal sphere. Okay, so we need to find a metal sphere at some point. That's very funny. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for it. Sorry again. What's that? Oops. Come back. Snowstorm. We should probably be pretty cold at this point, but we seem like we're fine. Fire tracks leading onto the roof. Oh, wow. Okay, so someone... I think... We remember we had that traffic accident up here. Seems like somebody's driven all the way up here. Oh, pretty. Here's some more bulls. Okay. Go down here. That's another statue with a tree on it. Or in it, maybe. Or by the ocean. Right, okay.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onug written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
Okay. Okay. We've gotten this bag, which we can hold. And I think this means that we can make a little bit of money now. So, there are these little air bottles around. I don't know if there's any more over here. But we can sell those to make a little bit of money because we have about $1.90 currently. And if you remember, we have to pay for our room in the hotel, which is, I think, 30 real a night. So we're not gonna get that unless we start early. See, here we go. Cleaning up the trash. we are... Oh, it's a bookstore. Crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. To the point. Straight to the point. Cool. This is a book about Pate. No, thank you. Okay. Who are you?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of a store is this?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What? I know these things.
You're fooling nobody.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now.
Can I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
I can help by brutally dismantling the free market. I'm not gonna say that. This is also, like, demeaning.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't you be at school?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't going to school more important?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed. Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrupt.
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
That sounds very serious.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Come on.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
What's up with this curse?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Fine.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Do you know anything about the other businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Okay.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading those doesn't make the readers more
But it
famous.
does make the famous people more famous.
Maybe someone will write a book about me one day.
Why would they do that, sir?
I'm not gonna be self-deprecating. That'll show him.
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
Yikes. What's romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about when both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written really well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
Oh, that's enough.
Maybe some about other books?
Okay, I think we're good for now. Bye, Annette.
Volumetric ship compressor.
We got a thought.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Okay, this is interesting. So, okay. The good thing about this is that the check where we threw up is unlocked now. And also we can put up to 4 points in endurance, whereas before we can only do 3. The not so great thing about this is that we still have to pass it, which I don't see us doing at the moment. So this is not as helpful as I'd hoped, but we have it now. Task updated. Inspect victim's body. We just got to do it. Okay, well, we'll need to get some more ammonia if we want to do that. Anything that I can... We don't really have anything we can use. Okay. Well, let's go look at the bookstore. Maybe we'll have an insight about the murder while we're in here. You never know. Drugs are bad for your health. The more you know. Hello.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Ma'am, are you from Brooklyn? We go on. No, we don't need to ask her for money. Are you the owner of the store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
What if I want to buy a book?
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
What kind of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
You're not very good at your job, lady.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
That's your daughter outside, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yep.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
I'm not gonna grade a human being, yeah.
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
10.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as Mayonette.
You're dismantle the free market. I feel like this is probably like a trait or something. We've been able to say this like 4 times already. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
Should I say this one? Yeah.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
How much do you pay her?
Good sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Such criminal behavior would not happen in more developed countries.
Those countries will realise they've raised a lazy and spoiled generation. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
We can mention this later. Let's look around. I love are these postcards? Oh no, they're all books.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere. Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man. The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels. A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. Between the throne and the Heimdall man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
Interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
Yeah, I don't have $9. Bye. Maybe it would be good to come back up here when I have some money. She has like a little plant rack up here. What's this? Like a, Kim, get out of the way. Thank you. Can't tell what that is. It's like a little stand for something. That's cool. I like these little colors. I love her fan, too. They're all about lake trout. What's this?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise. An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pick-your-path adventure gamebook titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
I think it catches my eye.
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
We're a nerd. I do want to buy the board game. I'm gonna come back for the board game when I have $25 to spare. That's a promise. Unless I forget, but I will try my best not to forget. Because that's really interesting. Okay, ma'am, I think your store is cursed.
Hello, cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
What in God's name is she talking about?
Okay, goodbye.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Pull them open.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
And why are you afraid?
No,
This is why
it's
you're
just
afraid?
a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
I'm a police officer.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
but I sense this place calling
You
for
do?
me.
My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
I don't care.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you
Okay.
decide to do anything
Talking is always good. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Okay. What do you have to say to me about these curtains?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I just want to know what's over there.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
If it's just a storage room, it wouldn't hurt if I peeked inside. It's not like it's cursed.
No!
Hmm.
Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing.
Hmm.
Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
Hmm. Haven't you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
How does this curse manifest
The
itself?
curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Would you like me to take the case?
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
I want to try.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. You're no para-detective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
The spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
No. The Void Revenant. Okay.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Just ask him. He'll vouch for me.
Oh, I can assure you he is a police officer. Very knowledgeable.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimneys aren't big enough for that.
No, this chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Let's try.
You see a set of tattered curtains block.
Yes.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
I think they did a really good job with her voice acting. She sounds like an annoying bookstore owner. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. Oh, this used to be like a salon. Whoa. That's cool. Poster. Like the androgynous portrait of him.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Only an echo. No one is there. A hollowed-out, dark echo.
So I guess if we hadn't had enough drama, we could have done this. Let's hang on a second. So this is gonna take us a little while. We can do it, but let's just review what else we have here. We have to replace the boule. We have to open the trash container, which we can do pretty quickly. We have to talk to somebody about reality. We have to inspect the body, but we only have 1 point of endurance currently, which is not great. We don't have a song yet. So I think I'm gonna leave the store here for now, actually. And try with the body again. Just because if we fail that check more than like once, we can come back and maybe level up a little bit and try it again. Because I don't want to get in a situation where we're just putting all of our points into endurance. That doesn't seem fun or like something that I want to do. So, but we'll come back to the investigation a little bit later. Do you have anything to say about that?
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any curses yet?
Found any curses yet? Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's great! I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe you can help Mother become less afraid.
Okay, bye. Cool. So, before we go look at the body again, I want to get some ammonia. And I think I probably used up all her ammonia, but, so, let's go to the store. Sorry. This game is like weirdly haphazardly British. Like, it will use British spellings for things occasionally. I'm not gonna talk to you. Treats. This is like the grocery store. Hmm. Well, the music in here is really good. Hmm. Hello.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Fashion police.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Hmm.
No, I don't think so.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
I have some questions.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but
Hmm. Do you have pneumonia?
She looks up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
yes, what we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
Can you tell me anything about this reality we're in?
Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question?
No, I mean physical reality.
I don't know. What about it?
What time
I
is it?
don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
What is the revolution?
When ordinary people take over the government and demand democracy.
What about ours?
Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean.
What's
Our
coalition?
government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't need to ask you about the body. Thanks. Okay, so we have a medicine cabinet up here.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking into a kind of heaven. Your knees are weak. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
No, it's not.
Guess not, no. I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Okay, I don't have any money. I thought that was where the ammonia was supposed to be. Oh, it's over here. How much do we need?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Okay, this would actually probably be good to do. We don't really have very much money, but also I don't want to just die. um, so I'll wait. It's a little dangerous to do, but let's see if we can sell some stuff.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Okay. Well, we got 50 cents. That's something. Okay, ma'am, where is your ammonia? Am I confused?
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritte slogan on the back.
No, it's Fritte.
The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult.
Yeah, I don't need to steal a raincoat. That's fine. Okay, where's the ammonia?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Saint Baptiste, you know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste, the city. Itself so named because that's what it is. A rare case where that really is the full etymological history, as far as almost anyone knows, at least.
That was not helpful. Okay. I'm wrong about the... I should be able to get ammonia here. I'm not sure why that's proving so challenging. Double check up here.
A colorful display.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
Well, I don't know why. I think maybe I'm just missing something here, but yeah, okay. Let's try it. I'm not feeling great about the our success rate here, but we'll see. Okay. You don't have any more ammonia, do you? Probably not.
It's raining again. It was clear just an hour ago.
Nope. Okay. You know what? While we're here, let's go talk to Guard. Because we have to get some keys from him. Hello.
Can I help you?
Oh man. He already hates me, it's fine. Trash container.
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
Alright, whatever.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The whirling in rags is not special in that regard.
This is just Karl Marx. Low-key.
Krasmazov,
Yeah.
nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the nine-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism. He killed himself.
What?
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
It was about the trash container, but
We should return to the case of your mistaken identity at a later time, officer. This was about the trash container.
we need the keys.
What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Thanks, Kim.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
About that money.
Yes. Have you got it?
How much do we...
A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real.
Okay, bye.
Like what?
Hey,
Who, me?
yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too? So, what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true?
I cannot believe I got the communism thought like 3 hours into our first day. But you know what?
You keep saying
take it.
things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
That doesn't seem totally fair, but...
Funky style. Very funky. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Okay. Interesting. So I wonder if I need to internalize this. Oh, we're gonna become reactionary. That's stupid. Okay, it's gonna take us 3 hours. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago, a fever that shook the world, never to return again. They were right until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Krasmazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. Yeah, okay. Let's see. We got this one. Oh, we looked at this already, our endurance. Okay, and actually, how much longer do we have on this one? 54. Okay. Hasn't really impacted us very much, to be honest. The -1 composure. I feel like our composure is so high anyway that we're kind of just fine.
box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. East Delta Commerce Center? This must be the name of the doomed commercial area.
Okay, so we're on the other side of the bookstore. So the area we were gonna go into before is back here. I don't want to do all of these now. Let's try this one.
Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
Fair enough.
Silence. No one answers your call. Silence. No one answers the doorbell.
Yeah, okay. Empty card.
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
We can go through the rest of those later. Let's try not to puke time. Okay, I'm gonna save. I promise I will not I want to do a new save. I will not cheat and reload this unless we get totally stuck, which I don't think is gonna happen. Let's try.
There he still is, looking
Oh.
right through you with his white eyes.
Okay.
The body below
I did
is
not realize we were
entirely
gonna plus
dedicated to that
6.
corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Ha ha ha. Again.
The corpse laughs at you.
That's
pus dripping
mean.
From its mouth.
Okay.
Every time it happens,
Come on,
it gets
come on.
worse and
Hurry up.
worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
Yeah, I know. Well, everything that went wrong has now gone wrong. Failed again? What do I do now?
Lieutenant,
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah, okay.
maybe it's okay if you don't make it today. The dead man isn't going anywhere.
No? Okay. Try one more time. We can see. Okay, yeah, that did raise us to 4. So damage. Oh, okay. We have -1 endurance because we took damage earlier. I did not realize that. What can we do to fix that? I should have gotten some. Okay, we're gonna take a quick trip to the store. That explains why that was so difficult. Okay, you know, that's fine. It happens to the best of us. 3 times, apparently. Okay. Hi again. Maybe I'll buy some, whatever the morale medicine is called too, because, again, I only have 1 point of morale, so anything could kill me. Right.
A small cabinet on the
Okay, here. Okay, here. I hope so.
I have no money, but that's fine. I feel like there must be another way to get, like, health items beyond just, like, finding them and buying them here, but I actually don't know if that's true. I rarely ever use them. How did I even... Oh, I think I kicked the mailbox. That's how I took damage. I just kicked the mailbox. That was silly. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Let's do it. Oops. Okay. So we are gonna put 1 point into endurance. And
There he still is,
yeah,
looking
okay.
right
That's much
through
better.
you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Fingers crossed.
As you breathe
There
in,
we go.
the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. This delicate machine, ready for picking. Instinctively you crack your fingers.
Ugh, do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Where do we want to start? Let's look at the belt. Oh,
An
whoops.
intricate web of blue lines stretches across
That's
the
fine.
torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears, some sort of camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
Cool.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
It's reinforced.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
Okay.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic. A small bell-like sound fills the air.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us. That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
Initial report.
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
Okay.
No, your first instinct was correct. This equipment is way beyond what a security guard can afford.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck.
How should I know why you are squinting, officer? Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
That's mean.
The monster comes back into focus.
So, what do you think?
Sorry, I'm skipping over some of this just because it's a little bit gross, but feel free to read it if you like. He's beaten up.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
I don't know.
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet. The noose acted like a tourniquet. keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if the...
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
Okay.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world. These eyes used to be blue, baby blue. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head.
I'm gone.
Oh, we got it. Cool. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me. There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer. Go ahead, Kobo. What do you mean? Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Okay.
Come back later, Kobo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
I feel like we didn't get all of that.
Of course. You have questions, don't you? Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Okay.
Here you go, loony.
Pardon that. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have. Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
You sure wrinkled out of that one, Coppolini.
Okay. Goodbye.
Come back later.
Are you
How do
sure
we get him down?
finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos.
I think we got everything. I think we did.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Can't someone else do it? We could ask for help.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
Yeah, you're right.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt like chicken on a skewer.
So let's not do it. Maybe.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
No, the belt.
It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader Ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the Phallostes position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
a lot of things were wrong with that shot. The Phallostes was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Yeah, I should try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani pointer! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, a P9 Armistice, before. At some point it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself!
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
I don't know. Don't want to. I feel like they're just gonna get louder if I do that. Let's try. Oh, yikes.
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry! I knew it! What a mulko!
Ask for another shot. You'll get it with the next one. The goddamn light reflected off some window. Surely.
The cadaver is already compromised bad enough. We don't have to make it worse.
It came out wrong. You made it sound like you're some sort of roulette addict looking for a fix. Ask again. More controlled this time.
Yeah.
Feels like shit, man. How did this happen? Hit him straight in the chest. How horrible. You're so sorry.
Huh.
The armistice is sufficiently precise, officer, especially at close range.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands, they have...
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
That's preposterous.
That's preposterous! What are you, a fucking earl?
We still need to get him down somehow. The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. by asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too. To ask the suspect for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Evrard Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly we can't.
Suck my dick, bitches!
Yeah, okay.
From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. Or we can try the secret route we found, where your cloak is. It looked doable.
Okay, so this is what happened last time. So there's a door in this area that goes up to the roof. And there's a jump of like a couple feet, I think. And we tried jumping down there and we couldn't make it. And then we got very sad about that and died because we were scared and upset at ourselves for not making it. So, I mean, yeah,
To
try
the
that.
gates. Let's negotiate.
Wow. We got our second
Hobo
thought.
cop.
Something happened at least.
Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Arden-Macan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
Okay, this is why I wanted to get this thought. So I said this, I was going to say this last time we played, and I don't think I did. So Shivers is basically the physical skill component, a physical skill alternative to like Composure, which we have a very high skill in, or Encyclopedia. But rather than telling us about facts, it tells us things about the city. It's really cool. It's really cool, and it's really worth having a high Shivers skill. We don't right now. We have like a 1, and our cap for it was like 2 up until this point. So now our cap is 6, which is awesome. We're gonna have to take some time to invest in that, but I'm really excited about that. Cool. We make more money from selling stuff. That's good. Okay. So, getting the body down. We have to ask them for help. That's not great. We have the armor now. Tattoos. We can ask people about those. Oh, we got the keys. We got the keys for the trash container. I forgot about that. Let's try it.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobo Cop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content. Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you.
Okay.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. No, searching for evidence in the trash. Good practice for dumpster diving. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic
That's
pasta
moist.
packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting. Not just any man's. This dense cursive, it's yours.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Yeah.
There's a lot of it too. And you've got an autopsy form in there, in the back. That light pink copy paper. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
I don't know, I'm boring. I don't think I didn't want to be a cop anymore.
Well, lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Tell me what your eagle eyes see. Legolas, tell me what your eagle eyes see.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. Are these the victim's clothes? The smell is not nearly as bad as the cadaver. These clothes could not have been in contact with the deceased for more than 2 days after his death.
Oh, that's cool. Perception. I didn't realize this perception differentiates between our different senses. That's cool.
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Just garbage.
I think that's it.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone might have been involved?
Not
Might have been
really.
involved.
All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny. It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. No, you won't, because none of those things are real. They're not actually in there. All you see is food waste and crisp wrappings. All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. Only in its social sensibility.
I don't really want to take the mug.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Okay. Okay, we can talk to this kid over here, and we can talk to Gart about that. I wanna... Finding the right line may make some time. May take some time. I want to make sure that we have sufficient health items before we do this. We're not quite ready to do this yet either. I'm nervous about that savoir-faire check. So let's see. We got a level up point here. Part of me wants to save it, so we can retry checks. This could actually be a good one to save for that savoir-faire check if we need to. Bonus from items, -2. What is giving me a -2 in this here? -1. Just my clothes. They're not cool. Policeman cloak. That is probably part of why I did so badly. I didn't realize that I had a -2. We can try that too, but oops. Is there anything else that we want to do before? We have so many things to do now. All right. Right. You know what? Let's try it. Worst comes to worst. With our luck today, we may have a serious problem, but let's try it. I think we can do it if I take off certain items of clothing. This game has sort of an interesting problem for the first couple of days, which is that if you aren't kind of aware of what you're doing with regards to money, you can just like straight up get stuck several times, which is not, that happened to me the first time I played it. So I played this for the first time, I think, like October 2019, which is when it came out. And I played the first, maybe like, the first like day and a half of it. And that's exactly what happened to me. I made a little bit of money, and then it was not enough money to progress for a certain part of the game. And I just got like soft locked and I couldn't keep going. And unfortunately, I think the game does a fairly okay job of telling you what you need to do to progress. And like hinting that, okay, you really need to save money. But, yeah, that was a pretty huge bummer. I lost quite a bit of progress and I had to start over, but, I ended up playing it anyway in December, January 2020 and loving it. So it's an inconvenience, but if you know that you need to be careful with that, it's not horrible. Please ignore the fact that I don't have any pants on. It's because I want to be cool. My pants give me -1 cool points, and we can't have that for this check, so. This visual is going to be real interesting. Oh wait, no, I was going to save. Don't do it yet. Okay. Try it. Fingers crossed.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
We're more even, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. We did it! We did it, Joe!
As you leap in the air, A chilly
Oh, that
breeze
freeze frame.
engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
I love it.
Ankles tingling from the tension.
Oh,
Blood
nice.
roaring
I didn't need
in
that.
your
But
ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below.
good. Whoop.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could
Love
do
it.
it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
I love that music.
With your
That's
feet
great.
firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
We got our coat. Nice. If I'm not wrong. Yep, this gives us +1 shivers, which is excellent. I'm a little bit bummed out that we don't really have any esprit de corps skill, but what can you do? Alright, time to be uncool again. These are not worth it. I need to get some new pants. Need to get some new pants. Collecting rainwater. It's down here. Cool. No, I don't want to walk over there. I just want to look at it. Oh, I guess I need to. Okay. How are we? So we got in the back way. So we were just saying that. What's that? Not sure what that is. Money. Great. Oh, health stuff. That's nice. So when we failed our check on the body, Kim was saying that we needed to go ask the Union for help. And just a little bit of a, because now we're not going to do it because we were successful at this check, which is awesome. There are two ways to get into the Union area. One of those ways is to do what we just did, which is to jump over that gap and get our coat, and then also sneak around the back. And I didn't realize the game actually kind of explicitly tells you that you can do that. It took me a while to figure that out because I tried the first option and it did not pan out. That first option that you can do is if you go around the front, which we'll do later, but there's essentially just a bunch of people around the other side of this area. And one of them is a character who is a security guard for the Union, and he is guarding the entrance into this area. And he is essentially a white supremacist, right? He has like this theory of like phrenology or something equivalent within this world, and he basically will either try to fight your character or will try to get your character to believe and buy into his ideology. And so the way that you can get through that is if you are a strong character, you can beat him up. And if you are a smart character, you can, quote unquote, smart, right? You can buy into his ideology, right? And that conversation involves a lot of racism on your part and on the part of the security guard. And it ends with you kind of rejecting that worldview, but I think that that is not a path that I want to go down, and I'm happy we don't have to do that. But that is something that I think was pretty controversial when this game first came out. The idea that you have to, or that one of the main routes to get through parts of this game is to listen to somebody, to either be very strong or to listen to someone spout racist ideology. So anyway, this is the third way to get up here. We don't have to do any of that now, but... Oh, this was Shivers. We got our shivers going. Shivers is cool. It just tells you stuff that's going on in the city that you wouldn't know otherwise. It's really neat. Why is there just like a loose change up here? I mean, I'll take it. Man, I have like $3 now. Awesome. No, we're drawing this in here. Alright. What time is it here? About 10:30 for me. Let's see. We can either wrap up now, or I can take a short break and we can go for like half an hour longer. I think something fairly large is coming up pretty soon, and we can at least get to the end of that. I'd like to get to the end of that before we conclude. But I'm going to stand up and stretch for just a minute. I will be back in, let's say, be back in like 2 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Let's go. Oh, hi.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
There's no way that that's not a joke, right? Ubisunt. Ubisunt, if maybe this is very obvious, Ubisunt is a literary device. It's often found in like medieval poetry and stuff, and it's basically it basically means where are they, or where have they gone? What's the convention of trying to say, like, you know, where have the good things gone, or where have the good people gone, etc. That's either a joke or some like very dramatic writing, but we'll move on.
Container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, now belongs to Everard.
You need to work on your rhyming, dude.
Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
No.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
Hmm.
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Oh, okay, so this is a group of people. I see. Hmm.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Where is everyone?
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
What did they do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Look at him. It's not gonna be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
Okay.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here. Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. And Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio.
What?
But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I think you're doing a great job.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are all right.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
What's under there?
Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think.
Wait, hang on. What? Okay. Interesting.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Okay, I'm looking for Everett.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today.
Okay.
Oh,
Where is he?
Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye. So... I'm gonna look around a little bit before we go in there. So if you remember, the leader of the union is the person we're supposed to ask if we can get help with, oh, yikes. Do not want to know what's going on down there. Seems bad. Seems bad. But, so Everett is the person we're supposed to ask for help shooting the body down, or getting the body down. But he's also not a great guy, so I don't really know how that conversation's gonna go. We are pretty good at logic, I will say that, so I'm feeling a little bit better than I normally would about that. Okay. Kvalsund means whale fjord in Ardon. Kvalsund is like this technological company. Where am I going here? I love whatever the theme music is here. It's really pretty. It sounds like something from Transistor.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arret are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Allumer on, éteindre off.
What? Okay. Mushy.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Interesting.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled. Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
I like interfacing a lot. I didn't really expect to care about interfacing. I like interfacing. It seems like it... I don't know. It's just the way that it interacts with machines is really cool. And it's also cool that Kim is clearly also very interested in cars and machines. Let's check this out. I've never seen this before. I don't really know what's going on. What happens if I quick stop? Probably nothing. There must be something in there.
A rusting control panel with several...
let's
the crane does not return to its original position.
Whoops. Okay. Interesting. Well, oh, now we can click on it.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
You do? Because I don't. There are 1 million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Hanging from the crane.
You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container.
Maybe I
We're
did.
not here to interact with containers. We are here to get the body down from the tree.
Yeah.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last hit.
I feel like there's some check I'm not making here because I don't have any options to interact with that, but obviously there's something in there, right? We'll come back later. Let's go talk to this guy. There could be some casual fat phobia in this scene. I can't remember. I think there might be. That's unfortunate. We'll try to skip it. But FYI. Those are cool. I want that thermos. I like this rug. I want that rug. I also admire his, like, use of plants in a room without any natural light. I guess there's some over here. But, what's a clock? Oh, I want that. I want that for my wall. Okay, hello.
Before you is a with great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. With a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Let's get straight to business.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes.
Oh, interesting. What is with this Dubois stuff? Why are you calling me that?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
I don't sit.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd
You're no Titan affiliation, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
This chair kills me.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
25 real. I mean, to be fair, I only have $4, but what is it nightly? 30? I have to go with the nightly charges. He's not gonna be my friend for $25. Why? How do you know him?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
I'm fine.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
How do you know about that?
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear...
Okay, we get it. Oh no! Oh, shoot.
Getting fat on your weakness. Whatever, you're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end of so much distrust and outright hatred.
Wow.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now.
I was worried about that, but I thought it would be fine.
Cop gives up the detective genre
This
for
is the
social realism.
same dialogue as before. Well, when did we last save? Oh, we got an autosave. That's good. Well, it happens. So what that's telling me is we need to get some magnesium before I try that again. Because otherwise I'm just gonna eat it. See what I mean though? So if you weren't here for Wednesday's stream, that also happened to me on Wednesday. And it was also because I was sad. I'm not really totally sure what happened there. I think I just heard about my gun and got frustrated with myself or something. I don't know. I'm never totally sure about how volition works, but anyway, let's go in here. Yeah, see? It's like, sucker, you died. Put points in that. We do have a 1 point to play with, but I feel like I'd rather keep that until we really need it for something. What's that? It's like somebody's house. One is eventually chilling next to the radio. Okay, someone's working on union stuff in here. What's that? La Fumée, Volume 1, Number 4. Oh, we can read it. Interact.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism, they represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
Wow, this is the same time above it. I wonder why. Interesting.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections: international development, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Okay, I don't want to read the whole thing, but we can read the editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
What's local concerns?
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dockworkers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbour red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
I wonder if this is implying that whoever was here was writing for this magazine. Or if the union writes for this magazine. I don't know. Maybe they just read it. Charging them to live somewhere is pretty outrageous.
The writer G. Martin remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution so long as it's only redistributed upward. It's true, the rentiers have been bleeding you dry. You really ought to find your own place one of these days. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
I'm done for now. We can read the rest of it later. Oh, we can interact with all of these. We'll do that later. What's this? Another book? Postcard. Postcard Les Jardins 21. Is this also 21? No, it's 37. This laminated postcard offers a glimpse across the river. A little more than a decade after the war, the eastern bank is already fully renovated. The hillsides are lush with gardens and residences. Someone's parked a small beige airship by the fountain. Oh, we can sell it. Oh, we can sell it for $4. Interesting. Okay, what else is in here? This is locked.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Couron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. Leo must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes. All items on the list have been the drawer slides.
Okay, we can check on that later. That's interesting. Stuff in here, too. There's a lot of stuff in here. I guess this is Leo's apartment, maybe? Maybe it's just like the break room. That seems to maybe be what... Could have used that earlier. That's nice, though. Ooh. Glasses. +1 visual calculus, -1 drama. Sure. Cool. Looking good. Anything else here? Alright. I think this may... Let's see. What time is it? 11? What's out here? Let's check on this. Door is locked and cannot be opened from the side without a pass card. Yeah, okay. So the only way we can get through here. I guess if you go the other way, it just brings you through here. You kind of can skip that other part. Well, now we have magnesium. Should we try that one more time? That conversation? Let's do it. If we die again, it's gonna be a problem, but I think we got this. Oh, it's raining. We are spending a lot of our first day on this. I hope it's I hope it's worthwhile. I kind of can't believe we missed the shot. We have like pretty good hand-eye coordination. So I had really not thought this was going to be an issue, but you live and you learn. That's actually one thing I like about this game a lot, is that like we just had that volition check that we passed, even though I had a 28% chance to pass it. And yet we failed that hand-eye coordination check that was like a 85% chance of success. So it really is really unpredictable. I'm saving. Save for me? No. Save. Is that? I'll check that later. Alright, let's try it. One last time. I'm probably gonna be fine. It'll be fine. It's forgotten that we were in here. Hello again.
With great effort, with a mixture of expectation.
Let's get to
Welcome,
business.
Mr. Dubois.
I'm gonna
I'd offer you
go
my
quickly
hat.
through
He
this.
looks extreme.
You go ahead.
Whatever he had, forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some.
Okay, why are you
Please,
telling
Mr.
me
Dubois.
that?
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it.
I don't see it.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future...
You're no Titan of Felician, buddy. He's got you in a
Oh,
fork.
that's just a fixed
Sit
one.
down.
Okay.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real.
I'm fine.
Okay,
$25 is not enough.
okay. I respect
be
a
friends
man
with
with
you.
principles. No handouts then.
Do you need
Now,
his help, though?
I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
I think this is why we died last time.
His slug-like lips move, but the world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull: lost and gun.
I'm not worried. I got this.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Oh no. We're getting our composure lowered by the chair, and then I think I also have -1 composure from oh no, that went away. It's just the chair.
Who does this guy
nice.
think you are? Ronnie
Nice.
the rookie?
Good job.
You ain't worried about no lost gun.
This is so
or
tense.
unpaid bill or forgotten name.
This is the first real tense
You're the
conversation we've
bad
had.
Cop. You're probably more corrupt than him. The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. Good. Now lean in with some corruption.
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters.
The spider could have used a more comfortable chair. Yeah.
I do want you to feel at home, Harry, truly. But you'll have to excuse the humble accommodations.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish for dignity.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a law man. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? What can Everard Clare do for you?
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think so, Detective?
Somehow you managed to get yourself out of this one. Now quick, keep the momentum up. Ask questions. Whatever you do, don't ask him about the gun first.
That's an option.
Think him you're scared.
Are you gonna ask how I got in?
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age.
The big man peers at you over the rims of his glasses.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's my name?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Interesting. I'm glad we went in there, actually. Let's try it.
As you look at the folder,
Nice.
Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
I've barely done anything yet.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Can you help me get a body down?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
I don't want to tell you that.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And Jean, please take it easy with the race science.
Yep.
That's a yes to getting the body down, no to the race science.
This is the guy we were, that I was talking about earlier. So I guess we
You
have
can
to interact
find
with him a little bit.
Jean-Luc down at the gates. He's the big, impressive one. You know, tattoos, muscles, ethnic looking. Can't miss him. Great guy.
I can come back and
Wait.
talk to you later.
You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Thanks.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
I guess we were kind of stuck. That's really funny. We couldn't have left if we wanted to. I'm happy that we tried this again. Can't get out here. Wow. Okay, well, we have a way out. We have a way to deal with the body now. And we didn't totally sell out. Pretty good. Pretty good. All in a day's work. Alright. Well, yeah, I think that's actually probably a pretty good place to end it here for tonight. I'm happy that we got through that conversation. It was a little longer than I expected, but hey, we solved our body problem, partially. So, we'll deal with that next time. But thanks everyone for coming out who was here. It was super fun. I'm going to try and stream this again on Sunday, probably middle of the day, but I will tweet about that and such closer to that time. But thanks everybody. See you on Sunday.